Okay, today I'm going to show you how to use my improved coin ring die to make a quarter coin ring. Take your quarter and heat it up with a torch. Make sure you heat it evenly. This is called annealing. You want to do this every time you work the metal into a different shape. Get it red hot, dunk it in water, pull it out, and you're done. Turn the torch off here. So that'll darken your quarter quite a bit, which isn't a big deal because you can buff it out later. Let it dry out real quick. And then the next step, I take a piece of my coin ring anti-friction tape that I've already cut in the size of a quarter. I stick it on the quarter. Hang on, before I do that, I want to show you. So I'm going to have this side of the coin is going to be the outside of the ring. So that's the part that you're going to want the tape on. And that'll protect it as you work it through the next couple of steps. Then you want to take your die, the part of the die that has the cone in it. You want to make sure that the friction tape is aiming down. Stick it right in the top there. Make sure it is completely centered, which it should be, and stick the lid on. Then you stick the pin with the pointy side down in the center of that. Take it over to my press here. Hang on one second. Take it over to the press. Use that first spacer. Okay. Now it's in the press. You want to make sure that that pin, see how it's getting a little bit crooked? It's got to be completely straight up and down. Sometimes you have to use the side of the press. That's a lot better. Okay, it doesn't need to go all the way down. You can see it's within about a 32nd of an inch. And we'll take it back over here to our bench. Okay, it's stuck in there a little bit, which happens sometimes. It's not that big of a deal. You can take a nail or a pin or something and hammer it out, or you can just take it over to, I have an arbor press, which makes it easy. And I'm going to find a pin to push it out. Alright. Okay, I've got it set up in my arbor press. Just with something to press that pin back out. Doesn't take much. Okay, that pressed it out, but now it's stuck on the pin, which is typical. Same thing, stick it in the arbor press. And gently press it out. Okay. So that leaves you with your blank coin ring here. It's got the hole in the center. The next step you take that over to the grinder, or you could even use a file. I'm going to actually use some pliers because it gets hot. And we're just going to take the burrs off. Doesn't have to be too much, it's just enough to take all those burrs off. Actually, wouldn't be a bad idea to take a file to that and just, you know, take the rest of the burrs off, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's not necessary, and kind of want to just prove the point here. Okay, so now you've got this. Actually, you want to anneal it again at this stage. So we'll anneal it real quick. Okay, heat it up until it's red hot. Douse it. Turn the torch off. Okay, now you want to set it on the next part of the die, and you want to you want it just like that. You want to make sure that this piece is in there too. It's not going to slide down, which is okay. You can take a rubber mallet or a piece of wood or something just to get it started. Alright, I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna use my I don't know where my mallet is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Okay. That gets it started and onto this stage here. This piece slides right on the top like that. Take it over to our press. And we'll set it up just like that. Okay. Okay, the reason you wanted this spacer in here in the first place is so you can use it to push the ring off. So I'm going to go back over here to my arbor press. Set it up just like that. And loosen it off. Okay, now it's loosened. And it needs to be nailed again. You also want to nail it every time you size it 2 sizes. So if you go from a 4 to a 6, you want to anneal it after you go to the 6, before you go to an 8 or anything beyond that. Every 2 sizes you want to anneal it. Okay, now we've got the finished ring. We're going to put it on the stretcher here. It's about a 4 almost to start with. So we're going to size it down to a 6. And that is a finished size 6. We're going to take it over here to the buffing wheel and buff it. And that is a finished ring. It's got a couple of little burrs on there. I can actually scrape them off with my fingernail. Now I could buff the inside of it too, which would be nice, but I don't want to spend the time to do that. Sometimes you have to take a file and just gently fix it up. But that's a finished size 6. You can anneal it again at this point and take it up to a size 8, or I've taken them all the way up to a size 12, and you could probably go beyond that as long as you anneal it every 2 sizes. In fact, when you get past about an 8, I would probably anneal it every 1 size. And then at that point you got to watch out for it stretching too much in one area. And you'll know what I'm talking about if this ever happens. It'll just be really skinny in one area. But honestly, going up to a 10, I don't think I've ever even had that happen. Beyond a 10, it's more of a risk. Thank you, and I hope you've learned how to use my die. Thanks.